Welcome back, Hunters. I'm SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Classic. No Halloween event, nothing. We are back on Timbergold Trails for the second half of the Reserve Tour. And I do have a little bit to go over, because we have a lot of stuff I can actually change in the loadout. Well, first of all, we don't exactly need the crossbow pistol anymore. So I'll put that away. Actually, maybe I'll keep the crossbow pistol, actually, because, I mean, I do like the way it handled for the for the event. But I made a little post that I picked and mentioned also in the Halloween event. I picked up a different firearm that I was going to talk about more once the event was over. So let me find it in our little list here. And Tuamalo, I do apologize, I'm probably going to kill the pronunciation, but Itu guessed it correctly. It is the 303 British bolt-action rifle. Now, you guys probably are not sure why I chose this one specifically, but let me get to the ammo just to bring that in there. And we'll take the sight, but put it there. I'm hoping once I have it loaded and actually bring it up, you guys, if you are a fan of another series on the channel... Okay, no, it's quite a bit different for its iron sights than in its other, series on the channel, but this is the same caliber and type of rifle that's actually the hunting rifle in the Long Dark. So the rifle I've been using to take on the wolves in that game is this rifle itself. And it actually is kind of similar in appearance to them. The difference is definitely that the iron sight on, in this version, is different than the Long Dark's interpretation of it. But yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to use this. Should I stick to crossbow pistol? No, I will put the crossbow pistol away because I kind of prefer actually the compound bow. I mean, in truth, I would like to use more of one of these, but maybe I'll take the compound bow because at least I was actually getting shots and accurate, I was actually able to take animals down with it. Not like the poor deer with the heavy recurve I tried. So yeah, we'll do a mix of that. I'll actually have to keep going for, more stuff here, because, I don't need the... I mean, these would be useful, but I don't think I'll super use them. Also, and, I'll change this back to the basic hat I was using. And what kind of gloves are... I guess those are fine. And what are those? Those the trapper boots or those something else? Boone and Crockett. Yeah, I guess we'll just stick with those. Okay, so equipment-wise, if I go into collars, because I had some leftover EM from the bundle of stuff I bought for the Halloween event, I did actually pick up the electronic collar. Now, I'm trying to see where the I thought I picked up a certain thing for it. I was pretty sure I picked up, an add-on or something for it. But I don't see, anywhere... to include that in. It's not vehicles, it's definitely not dogs, it's not in collars. Wasn't really under equipment. Although I guess I should... also see about what stuff I want for, regular collars, too, because there's, to do, let's see. We'll get the deer collar, I want the elk one. And I think that'd probably be it. I don't think there's anything else, really, that I could, call out. Well, maybe I'll take the jackrabbit. Not that I think anything will really work for it. But we should be all set with this, yeah. So we got the 303 from the Long Dark that we can use. I've got the compound bow that I was using in the rest of the series. I've got the electronic collar. Now, let me see about placing that down. And... you do not own the... I could have sworn I picked something up for this. Okay, so actually, right now, I don't think the collar has any use to it. Because I don't think I have anything loaded into it. Yeah, I guess we'll put you away. We'll move that there. And, I guess maybe we'll just put on, like, the scent eliminator, is that? Yeah, we'll just smack one of those in that slot. Okay, so that's something I'll have to pick up on my own. I guess next week or whatever. I thought I'd pick something up for, like, USB to use with it, but I guess I didn't. But then, also, tracking, like, the current GM I have, yeah, that's kind of out the window, because with the Halloween event, I was actually able to complete the mission that was available with it, which awarded me 6,666 GM. So that basically threw the tracking of how I was going way out, and I am now up over 12,000. So yeah, not exactly sure if I'll stick to, like, using that too much as a figure, but I'll probably put some of the GM that I've gotten into, like, those calls for the electronic caller, and we'll test that out in another week. All I think we'll be doing this episode is just trying to put the 303 through some of its paces, use the compound bow a bit, just enjoy time on Timbergold now that the werewolf threat is completely over. Because the map is beautiful and stunning, and very, very fitting for, like, the time of year with it being more autumn into winter right now. And yeah, just nice to be out and about on a nice relaxing hunt like this. And one thing about the 303 for this map is this rifle is good for every animal. Every animal on Timbergold trails you can hunt with 303, and it's all ethical. The only thing that's not, and I don't know if it's actually something I can, like, hunt without, like, a stand or something set up, or, like, a call area, is the little birds. I'm not sure what they are. I forgot to check what the name of the, like, full species of was for the map. It was, like, the only small bird or... Ooh. Now, do I want to use the 303, or would I prefer to use the compound bow is the question here. We'll see how I can kind of call it in. This isn't exactly good terrain to really be using the bow, but then again, rifle might be a bit hard. No, rifle I think would be better, because once I can actually see it, it'd probably be much easier to go for. I'm also surprised at how, like, close to the lodge that this call came in from. Usually you have quite a distance you have to go before you're able to, like, get any interaction or any calls come to you. Yeah, this was pretty fast. I also do gotta be careful, just in case it is, like, a low-scoring bull, it might actually, like, trot in faster than I'm expecting. But we'll see. I might... Like, I am an archery nut, and I would probably prefer to use the compound bow on it. But we'll see what openings we get. I wonder if I should... Ooh, there's an idea. Maybe what I'll even do is take the scope off. It's not the same iron sights as the model in the Long Dark, but it might be kind of fitting to break it in, almost like I was going on a deer hunt using it, wouldn't it? Because, like, I don't actually know what species of... The Long Dark does have a deer it uses for it, but it's not like a whitetail or a mule or anything like that. It's almost like a hybrid elk-deer mix in a way. I think this might be fitting if I can use the iron sights of this to get this first elk with it. And I do have to remember that I do have the increased, like, sensitivity... Increased or decreased? No, I think it's an increase in the sensitivity to it. So that way, like, if anything does come rushing in or that, I was a little better off against the werewolves, but... Yeah, it's going to be a bit different coming into this hunt now. See, it's pretty thick in here, too, so... Might be a little hard to... Hoping I would have gotten another call, although... Not entirely sure where it is. God, it feels a little weird coming to, back into the Hunter Classic after the Werewolf one, where it was such a different style of gameplay. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm going to switch these collars around because I'm going to keep getting messed up like that. Okay, I really thought I would have heard or seen, like, something from it. I wonder if that means it's gone wandering off in a direction. But yeah, so used to, like, having to be on guard and watch for the werewolves and then hearing the bellow and being ready for them to now completely laid back, relaxing. You're not really going to have anything be... Nothing is going to be that aggressive. Like, even the grizzly bear, which is... Or the grizzly bear, maybe the mountain lion. Because I think the mountain lion is going to be one that could be aggressive, too, if you stumble. Okay, so maybe that... I'm wondering if maybe he's joined with the, like, the cow there, and they've gone down the hill. I do also have to be a bit mindful about, like, how bold or how much noise I make. Okay, yeah, so the call actually came from a little bit down here, so my guess is this is the direction he went. See, it says he was going up along here, but I don't know if that's the case. It's like, I didn't really hear any other calls from him. Okay, well, I'll follow the path of travel that, or the cone of travel that it kind of gave, and see if I can find more tracks up here. Oh, so maybe he was coming up around here. So here's another track. Yeah, so... Did we pass each other, actually? That's something that can happen sometimes, is... It might be that he even passed around me, and I just didn't realize it. You know what? Actually, I might lower the sensitivity a little bit now that I'm playing. Now that I don't have to be so, so on edge as I was. Yeah, that feels a little smoother to have. Okay, so I think that is what happened, is that he was coming in, I completely missed him. Apparently he is supposedly close by. I think what I might have to do is just take a spot and, like, stop moving for a while. Try to call him into me again. Unless there's a fleeing track. If there's a fleeing track... Yeah, okay. Well, at least with this, I think I can get back to the trail, and I might actually see him somewhere ahead of us now. I don't know if he would have gone straight line from here, or he would have, like, gone through some of the trees and that to stick into cover. Oh, no, he might actually be somewhere right up along the, path here as we keep going. Yeah, I really gotta shift gears. This is such a complete, like, tonal shift, play shift, etc. from the werewolves. Almost need to, like, cleanse the palate and be back to what the game actually plays like. So I might even spend another week on Timbergold Trails, just depending on how this weekend goes. Again, I do really like the map. It's one I think is probably my favorite of all the maps for the Hunter Classic. It's just that I'm probably going to be so god-awful from, like, how I completely shifted gears for the werewolves. I'm going to need a little bit of time to transition back to the more normal of how Classic plays. Yeah, still probably going for a ways. I don't know if I'd really be able to see it along the edges or not. I know calling's not going to be of any use for a little while here. Because the animals, they'll have a kind of like a cooldown period after you've scared them. They won't respond or make calls again. That's kind of like your way of knowing how calm an animal is if it's making a call, it's pretty calm. If it replies back to your own calls, it hasn't like picked you up or anything like that. Call of the Wild kind of made it a bit arcadey, where you get the warning calls, which would easily clue you into like the direction the animal was. Nothing like that in the Hunter Classic. If they're scared, they just bolt on you. And yeah, this guy covered quite a bit of distance, actually. But it does seem like with the direction it's going, it might be just somewhere up along the trail ahead of us. And just because of that, I know it's probably dumb to, like... Yeah, I know it is kind of dumb to just be crouching that entire distance. Once I can actually find one of the markers where he is calmed down and he's just in a roaming, maybe we'll try to keep on him from that. It is much more relaxing and calm than, like, the Halloween event was. It really is going to be a bit of a transition come back to the normal for how the game plays. I haven't really done too much iron sight shooting with, like, most of the weapons. So it'll be interesting to see how I fare on this. It's definitely only going to go for long shots. I'm nowhere near the marksman I need to be if I wanted to go for the heart shots, so the lungs always seem to be the more reliable thing to go for. I actually don't see any more marks or any more trails from them. Tracks. That's where I'm looking for, tracks. Man, you can tell I am just so out of it. I thought I would have found another one along this way, considering like how he was traveling. Yeah, we are coming to the very edge of... like the circle for it. But I don't see a single track from him. I wonder if he went down all across the road or kept up in the hills or what he did. So much for how nice and smooth it should have gone for the start of this episode. It did take a while and a few little bumps and hurdles here or there. But yeah, since this is a bit of palate cleansing, I think we'll just keep at this, take a little bit of time to relax, wind down, and just enjoy more of the sights and the sounds of the maps. Because again, the Hunter Classic, I almost wish there was a way you could be like more wildlife photographer in it, because it does also lend into that really well. See how good of pictures you can take and how close you can get to animals to get the photos and just take just that little bit of like hunting without actually taking out the animal itself. Because I'm sure there'd probably be a niche of people who would enjoy that more than like the actual hunt of it, where it's like being able to have a bit of shooting with a camera rather than a gun. Have like a point system for composition of the photos, how close you got the animal, the detail on it, what the animal was doing when you took the photo. Stuff like that. I know there are a few little missions in Call of the Wild where they have you doing some stuff like that. But I don't think it's anything that is actually like its own form of gameplay in a way. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything else now. Oh, but looking out there, yeah, definitely missed that. Like, seeing the mountain ranges there, the forest as well, just beautiful. I mean, it's from another kind of series, but it's sort of like, area like this I wish Monster Hunter had as a series. Like, a true dense forest that does feel not like there's a big landmark specifically to it, but just alive and vibrant and kind of cozy to be all bundled up and warm in and going about to see and explore. That's one thing Monster Hunter, in my opinion, has never really done, is a really true forest map. Like, oh, I think that's a male, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Perfect. Okay, he's pretty high up in the hills there. Think about there, perhaps? Okay, a little bit... Okay, it's about right up there. Now, I do want to try out the 303, so I might use... I did want to try saving it for, like, an elk or that, but I blew that chance, let's be honest. I blew that chance pretty far away. Maybe I'll try using the compound bow on this guy. We'll have to, again, just be cautious and see how we want to exactly call it in. Because that is a pretty rugged area that it is in. Actually, even higher up than that. I'll try to get up there and be a bit more calm and slow in the approach. I think if I had done that for the elk, I would have been able to get it, but again, just was not in the right gear for it. Yeah, so I'll just go up from little spot to spot, try to get a little bit of a view of, like, the direction where it seemed to have called from. Try to just glass a little more often. I think doing that should let us get this a bit more reliably than, like, how I tried for that elk. I also don't want to try calling too much or too often in succession. But this might be a good spot just to kind of, like, wait for a bit. Because my thinking is maybe what he'll do is no matter where he is up there... Oh, there's another call. Was that from him? No, that was from... Oh, there might be multiple up ahead. Oh, well, hello. Oh, I think I'm too close to the tree here. Shoot. I wasn't expecting him to come down from there. I thought he would have been more over that way. Oh, and the reason why I didn't want to take the shot from the tree is because, like, the first episode on Timber Gold Trails, I think it probably would have gotten itself, like, the hitbox would have lodged into the other one. Ah, shoot. Heard him coming in, but just not observant enough. I really gotta dial myself into what the hunter is actually playing like. At least with him running off, though, I can try getting this other guy in. So it's not a complete waste of, like, blowing that. Yeah, so we'll focus on this guy now. And if possible, I don't think he's going to be a very good scoring one because of, like, how vocal he is. But if I can get him to come towards me, I should be able to do much better. Just going to, again, try... That's one of the problems with using trees as cover is you can sometimes mess yourself up if it's, as we saw in that case there. But I do think they give you a little bit of, like, if you're hiding with one or, like, crouched beside it, it does make you a little harder to be picked up by the animals. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try being a bit bold, going up for this one. And then we'll see what the vantage point is from around this tree. It's not the greatest, but it's also not terrible. So I think we'll stop here and try calling it in. Yeah, it's not really great to see from here. Oh, should I try risking going a little bit further ahead? I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait for a bit and see first. Because if it has been moving in towards me, then it could be anywhere around or behind some of these pine or the evergreens here. And if that is the case... Oh, yeah, I think it paid off that I didn't go up there, because there he is right there. Actually looking like a pretty fine one too, isn't he? Don't think he picks us up, as much as it looks like he's staring right at us. Come on! I don't think he picks us up. Stares right at you. No, I'm gonna... Well, that's that theory thrown out the window. God damn it. Well, what I think I'll do... like, he looked like a pretty good one to go after. So maybe what I will do is I'll stick on this one and go into our next episode, but yeah. You can definitely tell I've been way too adjusted to, like, the werewolf hunts. Definitely gotta switch gears entirely for this. Thank you guys, though, for joining me on this little episode of the Hunter Classic. I do apologize with how bad my skills have been this episode. It's just really, really out of it after the, like, the while away and how much I spent, like, doing the Halloween hunt. It's just such a different animal compared to that for what the Hunter Classic truly is, so... Hopefully next episode I'll be able to get at least something down, and then we'll probably do one more episode on Timber Gold Trails that's a little bit more proper of hunting with how, like, this is going so far. But thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did enjoy, I guess, the hike, it wasn't really a good hunt, so if you did like the hiking, be sure to give us a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. And until I do catch you in the next video episode, until I do catch you in the next video or episode, survivors and hunters, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.